Hello? So, on to a new topic. In this video, I will be talking about and definitely describing my favorite creature feature movies. My top 5 creature feature movies. So, easily number 1. Tremors with Kevin Bacon. Yes, okay, go ahead, laugh. Go ahead, laugh. That is my top favorite. Tremors is my top favorite creature feature. As of right now, I mean, I love the acting. I love Fred Ward. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward's chemistry, they're back and forth. It's very funny, and growing up as a child in the early 90s, it was fun to watch those two go at it, and it's just very comedic, but also it was very child friendly. It was very child friendly, where it was a creature feature, but it was also very appropriate. Them riding on the road in the middle of nowhere, and we got Kevin Bacon's character giving Fred Ward's character shit. Those little moments are what made the film. So, this is kind of unpopular, but believe it or not, I did not watch the sequel. People talk about it all the time. I did not watch that sequel. I did not. So, I don't know much about it. I do think that Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon are what made the film good. Fred Ward, I don't know what else he's done. Oh, look at this. A few of my other favorites are on here. The budget was $11 million. I thought that would be more than that. Is that a lot? But yeah, I do like Tremors. That is number 1. Number 2, I'm going to say Jeepers Creepers with Justin Long. Now, I'm not a fan of what the director did to young children. I don't condone that. It's not okay. First of all, it's not okay. I'm not condoning it. But well, like with the cinematography, it's done well. Like when Derry and Trish, their brother and sister, back and forth chemistry between each other, that's well done. Because it really feels like a sister and brother. Like it feels like a relationship that I have with my sisters. So it definitely sparkles a little bit with that sort of brother sister dynamic, and whether or not I like the son of a bitch who made it, who is, I know his fucking name, Victor Salva, right? Yeah, he did it. But dude, Clown House, that's way worse. Now, I've watched Clown House recently just to study it. It's pretty bad. It's not bad because the director's a pedophile. I mean, it is, but it's not just the only reason. But when you watch the film, you'll see that the boys are in their underwear. They're half naked. They're running around the house half naked. There's a clown outside. I mean, it's all over the place, dude. I don't know. It's all over the place, is what it is. But I love Jeepers Creepers. I do. We have a good creature with some practical makeup, practical effects, and Justin Long does a good job as an actor, as well as I know her face, Gina. I want to say Gina. No, it's not Gina Phillips. Is it Gina Phillips? It's Gina Phillips. I'm right. Look at that. Yeah, it's her, and she's definitely has the sister vibe about her, and the brother and sister dynamic, like, for me it means something because I have two sisters. So when it comes to that, I just it's like I talk like this with my sisters. Gina Phillips, her energy just bursting, and Justin Long bursting with humor. Inbreeding. When he yells at the truck, and there's a truck passing by them. It's the creeper truck. Justin Long, his head peeks out the window. Inbreeding. So there's funny moments, and now you might question, could you call it a creature feature? The answer is yes, because it is a creature still. It's still a creature, though in the first film it's more of a man. It's more of a sort of a demon man, where he's got the trench coat and the top hat, and the fucking atmosphere in this movie just oozes. This movie oozes with creepy atmosphere, something like you've never ever seen before. Something you'll never ever see again, in fact, because they don't do movies like this anymore. Despite what you say about Victor Salva, okay, he's a scum. Okay, I agree. This movie was done well. It was done well. I love this fucking movie. I'm separating the art from the artist. I love this fucking movie. So you could say what you want. You'll probably bash me for it, but whatever. I love Jeepers Creepers. That's my second choice. That's choice number 2 for me. It's just very well done. Very well done. Creepy. It's very gothic. It's very just done well. And the cinematography of the country and the long stretch of country roads on a dark night, it's just something that you feel going to the grocery store when you live in just something that you feel driving down the road, that any psycho could pass you at any given time. It's just, the cinematography is definitely a bonus. On top of it, we have when they run over the creature on the road, and we think it's a man, but it's a creature, and we see the bat come up, we see the wings flap, we see the new we see it transform into what it really is. In fact, I should have said Jeepers Creepers 2, because that's probably a better creature feature. The first Jeepers Creepers film is more like a slasher film, I will say, and the second one's more like a creature feature. But I like them both. But in fact, I'll put that for number 3. Jeepers Creepers 2 for number 3. Yeah, dude, I know about this shit with Victor Salva. I know. I love the creature. The creature is the bonus of the movie. I love the creature. There's some interesting actors in there. There are. I'm not going to deny that. I don't really know any of their names. I'm going to be honest right now. I don't know their names, but let's look right here. I do recognize one of them. The girl who was having the visions. I recognize her. She was in a few movies. She was. Actually, she's in one of my all-time favorite series, Supernatural. She was Meg on Supernatural. She's also a musician in real life, I guess. Yeah, Nikki Lynn Acox. Born May 26, 1975, Hennessy, Oklahoma. Height 5'4". I thought she was shorter. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a condition. She actually died recently. She had leukemia. I remember hearing about that. God rest her soul. In Supernatural season 2, I think, or 3, it might be 3. She plays the character Meg. She's very sinister. She's a demon, but also kind of hot. And she follows the boys all over the place. She stalks them. She's a demon. She drinks blood. She slits throats, and she slits a truck driver's throat. And then literally she has a cup, like a medieval cup, and blood's going into it, and she drinks it. Her eyes are black. She does a good job in it. She does. Very sinister character. Eric Nenninger. He's Scotty. Sort of a racist. He's kind of a racist prick, where he'll be like, because there's these two athletic brothers and they're African American, and he'll be to that. He'll be like, he throws little puns. I don't know how to describe it. I can't describe it without being offensive. So he'll definitely say things like really mean about people, and like he'll say to the African American brother who's older, he'll say to him, bro. Like he'll he'll emphasize little words like that, like bro, or his own name. Like he'll be like, what's this character's name? Come on. Yeah, Scott will. He'll say little things to DeAndre, which is actually one of my favorite black characters in a movie, believe it or not. Like, if I had to choose a favorite black character in a creature feature, besides Ice Cube and LL Cool J and all those people, like, he'd be next, for sure. And DeAndre, he tells him off, man. He tells him right the fuck off. Like, you back off. You get your shit straight. You don't get in my fucking face. You don't get in my brother's face. Fuck you, motherfucker. He's very demeaning. Very demeaning. A complete prick through the whole movie. In fact, we're waiting for him to die. And then when he's about to die, DeAndre saves his life. Or he tries to save his life. He didn't have to. If you want a definition of a good black character in a horror film, DeAndre from Jeepers Creepers 2. Definitely, absolutely. So I said Tremors, Jeepers Creepers 2. Got 2 more to go. My next one would be, for me, actually, I think one that I just mentioned. Yeah, I mean, Deep Blue Sea. What's not to love? You got Thomas Jane in there, our Punisher. In the beginning, we see him shooting a fucking shark with a fucking sort of a hook, because he's smart. He's sort of smart with things like that. He's smart with sharks, and what the fuck is he? I don't even know, because they didn't do a good job at explaining. I do think that he's like he's like on probation or something. I do think that Renny Harlin is a good director. He also did Deep Blue Sea 2, which I have not watched. Yeah, no, controlled sharks in a controlled environment, sort of a museum type, and people trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's through the sharks. So you could say the sharks are a testing. They're a testing. They're the mice that they're testing. They're lab rats. That's what they are. I've always loved the cover of the film. 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's actually pretty good. 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. It's good. Actually, this scored pretty well. It's actually pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, Thomas Jane in there, Samuel Jackson, which people did not expect that fucking death at all. They did not expect that at all with the shark popping up and taking Samuel Jackson. That was surprising. I remember the theater. It was the whole theater. They were like, the fuck? So it was a funny time. Sorry. I had to type something to somebody. Sorry about that. So yeah, no, definitely Deep Blue Sea will be number 3. Let's see, I said Jeepers Creepers 2, Deep Blue Sea. Next up, I'm gonna go Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It is a childhood favorite of mine. Predator just... he's a scary monster. Like, you could say what you want, but I mean, he does a good job. The original Predator is the best, and you know, Arnold does a good job as Dutch. A good sort of our what's the word? He's a good protagonist to our creature. You know, he's very smart, and he's military smart, so he'll like he'll have rope, and he'll tie a trap. He'll set a trap with rope, and he'll set a fire. He knows how to hide himself with mud, because we'll see the predator coming out of the water, and he covers himself in mud, and the creature can't see him because he's covered in mud. So we find out that if you cover yourself in mud, it can't see you. You know, you use the land and the forest to your advantage. Things like that. You're a survivalist, you know. He's a very survivalist, Dutch. And you feel sorry for the character because he lost all of his other friends. And he's alone at this point. He's got to fight the creature. So that's a scary thought. And definitely an entertaining fight between Dutch and the Predator. You're one ugly motherfucker. Or he says, what the hell are you? When he takes off the Predator's mask, and the Predator's like, it kind of groans. It doesn't talk, but it like groans. It's like, "What the hell are you?" It says it back. So there's funny moments like that, and a lot of the deaths are creative, and it's very much done like a slasher film where they all die off in very creative ways, and the death that hurt me the most out of all of them was sorry. I do feel like some of the deaths are pretty effective, like when I know what's his fucking name? Yeah! Not Carl Weathers. Oh, Carl Weathers is one of the deaths that really bothered me. Like when his arm comes off and it's still firing. That's one of them. I do believe also Jesse Ventura is in there. Am I mistaken? But that guy is Jesse Ventura, right? It looks just like him. But yeah, no, there's some very effective deaths in that movie, and the music score is very scary. And I like the point of view shots, the POV shots of the Predator, and he's watching them in the POV shots. You get this red and blue and sort of, I don't want to say rainbow, but you get like red colors from the Predator's point of view shots. It's very creative and done well, and it was done very well and well directed, and Arnold actually does a good job at acting in it. You can, make fun of Arnold for, call him corny, whatever. He does a good job in that movie. You definitely see the fear in Dutch's eyes when he's hiding with the mud on, and you see the Predator coming out of the water. It's very effective, and the fight is very effective, very action-packed. Dutch will punch him. The Predator will punch him. The Predator is filled with personality. There's so much personality in this creature. Like, it didn't just kill Dutch, it mocked him. Just like it mocks Danny Glover in the second film. Well, yeah, so that'll be number 4 for me. Or, yeah, that's 4. Sorry. Number 5. Going to put, let's see, I did Jeepers Creepers 2. I'm sorry, I put Tremors, Jeepers Creepers 2, Deep Blue Sea. Oh yeah. I guess that's it for me. Let's do one more. Okay, so I break my rule a little bit. What's one more I like? Just because I like talking about this, so. Yeah, it's still The Abominable. The Abominable, which is a 90s movie, which I know that actor's face. I can see him in my head. Because it's actually about a Bigfoot creature stalking people in the mountains, and there's a guy in a wheelchair and he's helpless, and he's sort of watching them through binoculars, but nobody believes him because they think he's crazy. And we see the creature picking them off one by one, reaching through walls, taking them out of the walls, tearing them apart, taking their head off. A 2006 film, which I thought it was way older than that, honestly. A Ryan Schifrin film. That's our director. And Matt McCoy. That's it. That's who I was thinking of, Matt McCoy, who was also in Seinfeld as Lloyd Braun. Lance Henriksen makes an appearance in there as a hunter, but he's not in there very long. Dee Wallace is in there. So it is a fun film, The Abominable. Just goes to show you that not everybody who seems crazy is crazy. Like, he's trying to warn people about the creature and nobody believes him, and it's a fun kind of deal. It's a fun aspect. It is. It's a fun way to go about it. It is. I do like The Abominable. So Jeepers Creepers 2, Tremors, Deep Blue Sea, Abominable, and Predator. That's a good creature list. At least for me, I like those ones. So if you don't, you don't. But yeah, that'll be my list for right now for creature feature favorites. Thank you.